All right, guys, how's it going? So, right, in this video, I want to talk about Jude Bellingham. Now, if you have supported Let's Make KopTalk TV great again, and you haven't got your name in the video description below this video, please email me, dunk@koptalk.com, because I'm a little bit behind on things, all right? And that's very important to me that you're in every video description for the year ahead. It's really important to me, right? So please do that. And, it takes me a long time to get through my emails sometimes, but I need to get caught up on that. When I finish recording this video, I'm going to go and deal with that. So anyway, I want to talk to you about Jude Bellingham. And I've seen some, some cryptic stuff, posted on social media at the weekend. I don't follow these people, which should be enough for you really straight away. But people ask me my opinions on that, and I do see people retweet it, and then I usually mute them. But look, if you've got anything to say, say it. Do you know what I mean? If you've got anything to say about Jude Bellingham, say it. If you're trying to imply you've got some ITK knowledge about Jude Bellingham, say it. Yeah, but I've got to protect my source. Right, okay. Then what you say is, guys, I've heard something positive about Jude Bellingham and Liverpool. I can't really go into details because I want to protect my friend or my contact or whatever you want to call them. Rather than emoji this, emoji that. Do you know what I mean? Like, how old are we? Do you know what I mean? I don't get it. So there'll be no emojis for me. If you follow me on my, I've got @KopTalk on Twitter, KopTalk TV on Twitter, KopTalk members on Twitter, KopTalk on Twitter. Did I mention KopTalk? At Duncan Oldham on Twitter. Now I can go on, on my own personal account at Duncan Oldham, and I might put something on there sometimes that doesn't make a lot of sense, but you should never ever just think, oh, that's Duncan, because I wouldn't do that to you, right? I could be trying to vibe someone out, like some waffy ex or something like that. Do you know what I mean? I don't have any waffy exes. But do you know what I mean? So I please never ever read into anything on my own personal account, because I tell you straight up, I'm not going to play games with you. Now, so now that we've got past the ITK nonsense, I have, when I speak in my videos about my feelings each week or each day or each time I make a video, I'll say, today I think this about whether there'll be a sale or not with Liverpool Football Club at the moment. I actually think there will be, but my feelings, my confidence goes up and down each day, really depending on many things. And it's the same applies with our interest in Jude Bellingham. Now, a very good friend of mine, tag2056 on Twitter, lovely man, right? Diehard Red, worked in a very trusted position at Liverpool Football Club for years. He puts in, he'll hashtag his tweets TKFA, which means tag knows all, right? I don't want to swear. Whereas I do DKB, Dunk Knows Best, because that's just like a dig at my haters from years ago. Most of you probably know that, but many years ago, when the haters were really trying to ruin my life because they'd been turned away from my website, they were writing articles about me and things. And I remember one of the comments in the articles was someone, I have no idea who it was, and he said, "You're just jealous, Dunk Knows Best." And that's how it started, you know what I mean? DKB, that's where it came from. So it's just, that's a bit of fun. But yeah, Tag does TKFA because he would be absolutely highly offended and insulted if anyone thought that he was trying to portray that he has inside knowledge. However, whether he likes it or not, he does. But he won't say that. And I know how he does. I'm not going to allude to that. And I'm not. I'm just not going to, I don't need to verify it. It's up to you whether you trust someone or not. That applies to me or Tag. Tag has nothing to do with KopTalk, other than he's a KopTalk member, VIP member, of course, and he's someone that interacts with me on a private basis. He calls me little bro. I call him big bro. But he's not part of KopTalk. He's not like secretly putting anything out there that would benefit me or anything. I don't know. You know what people are like when they're trying to discredit people. Anyway, so Tag put a tweet out, I think it was over the weekend, which was kind of, like pro positive Bellingham happening, yeah? And I'm not going to quote it word for word because I can't remember, but it was basically to do with, a couple of people involved in, the Bellingham side of things, maybe making visits to certain parts of Liverpool recently. And you've got to speculate as to what that would be. Tag will know, but he won't give you any of this, like, I'll tell you at 10 o'clock, guys. And he won't give you any, I'm going to say he won't give you any cryptic stuff. I don't think he will. But that's up to him what he does. He knows what to do with me. I don't agree with everything Tag does or says. And I'm sure he doesn't me either, But that's what friends are like, innit? That's what we do, right? That's what grown-ups do. So there's sometimes Tag puts things out, He refers to John Henry as the corpse. I don't think he's very FSG friendly, to be honest with you. But that's it's not my business what he says. But I do believe I do believe everything he claims. When I paused, I went, that what I meant by that was I don't believe everything that he posts is right. And what I mean by that is the corpse, like he says, John Henry the corpse or something. I can't do that, That's all I mean by that. So, but I'm not. It doesn't affect me in the slightest. Say what he wants. But he's someone that you should pay attention to, and especially if you're on the KopTalk members website, if you see him in Nations, he's a great kid. And he threw up some positivity in relation to that, which I haven't pushed. I haven't spoke to him privately about that. I think today he's going to see a cardiologist, and I told him just to chill his brow a bit. Like just focus on your health and that, mate. But like people say about Scousers and that, like people from Liverpool. Some of you guys will say top Reds and they don't want the Middle East and all that. He ain't one of them. He's a local support and he wants FSG gone, right? Anyway, so he's posted something positive the last few days, which to me suggests that he has heard something positive on that front. So it kind of threw me off my way of thinking a little bit because I've been in various stages with the Jude Bellingham thing. Over the last year or so, like my thoughts, positivity, whether I think it'll happen, won't happen. And I mean, at times it's been, extremely positive and at times very negative. My current vibe prior to what Tag said was that I can't see it happening in a million years unless they get minor investment or sell. And even if they sell, and there's a bit of money there and they put to it, I can't see how even if you do get Bellingham, I can't see how you will then get the rebuild that we all know we need to do. So I'm extremely negative about it all. I if I was making this video before the weekend, if I'd made this video on Friday, I'd have said never in a million years is it going to happen. But then Tag's thrown a little positive in there. But Jude Bellingham could be up for a move to Liverpool as much as he wants. But it ain't going to happen if the money ain't there, right? Now, the positive, when you think about this, is that the owners, come the summer, will be under immense pressure if they haven't secured investment or sold the club. Well, if they sell the club, they're not going to be under pressure, they'll be gone. But you know what I'm saying? They're going to be under immense pressure if they're still at Liverpool next season, or so they know that all eyes are on them, and they know that the way to put a smile on your face, right, which most people will be, they'd forget a lot of things, honestly, at the time, because funny football fans are funny people, really. He signed Bellingham, everyone forgets about it, but everyone's buzzing and all that until he does his ankle or he's injured, and then we go, well, we haven't got anyone else, have we? Do you know what I mean? So they know that to keep the manager sweet and to keep you sweet, that they have to get Jude Bellingham. They know that, right? It's common sense, right? So I'm sure they will do everything they can to make... I got to rephrase that. I'm sure they won't do everything they can to make it happen because they're not going to put their own money in or anything like that. I'm sure they'll be putting as much pressure on the people they employ at Anfield, at Liverpool Football Club, to try and make that deal happen. Like, we need to find some money, how we're going to find it. You know, the manager wants Bellingham, the fans want Bellingham, this is going to look good, and we can manage expectations around other things. So if you're FSG, you're thinking now, right, how are we going to finance this? I would be absolutely astounded if we sign Bellingham and have, you know, and have additional signings of quality, as Rafa would say, quality signings, without minor investment or some kind of big exit. And if that happens, I mean, like, I don't know. You see, if a player is underperforming, sometimes fans will go with it a bit. So if Mo Salah, hang on a minute, what's he called? Fabrizio Romano. Mo Salah! You know, if Mo Salah is underperforming and looking terrible, and there's a few reports going, oh, look, he's flirting with this other club, some fans will go, do you know what, get shot of him then. Let's have Bellingham, let's build for the future, right? Sometimes I want to say Bellamy, so if I ever say Bellamy, that's why, right? It's going to be interesting. It's going to be an interesting period. But if you guys, you know, like people saying it's done and all that, I just think that's absolute nonsense. I mean, I would, if it came out today that there was a deal in place, you lot would go, right? That was a good one. That good laugh, that wasn't it? I like that. Right? Sounds like a woman with a feather up her hat. Not that I would know what a woman would sound with a feather up her bottom. But I would, if it happened, if it came out now, today, pre-contract, it's all done and all that, I'd be like thinking, yeah, right, here we go, what's going on here then? Who's off? You know what I'm saying? Hey, I would love to be wrong, guys. Honestly, I'd love to be wrong. Not often, that often. I'm not wrong that often. There we go. Dear. Okay, so, no, I don't believe anything's in place for Jude Bellingham. I just think that Jude Bellingham, the signing of Jude Bellingham, is not going to happen under these owners without minor investment or player sales. And like, we're not talking about, you know, a couple of players leaving or something like that. Like, we're talking about a substantial player sale, in my opinion. And I'm basing this just on opinion, you know. I'm not like, no one said anything. People have alluded to that, but alluding is no different to me, what I'm saying, I guess. I don't know. Do you know what, guys? I feel really tired today. I feel like I'm letting you down a bit, you know. Okay, so we shall have to wait and see. But I think you're deluding yourself if you think that there's going to be Bellingham and additional quality players without something changing. You know, that's just the way I see it. Anyway, so this weekend, Saturday night streaming returns, 7:30 PM UK. Make sure you're on this channel. I want to see you. I want to catch up with you. I want to have a beer with you guys. I want to have a bit of a party. We'll talk sensible early doors, you know, obviously about things. Also, I was thinking, you know, quite a few of you have been saying, will you do some watch-along videos, Doug? And I've always been against them for a number of reasons. One, if you have the audio on from the TV and it's picked up on the microphone, which obviously has to be on, YouTube tell you off. And actually give you a strike for that. You know, like, cost you, virtual costing. I have one strike on my YouTube channel, and you know, if you get so many, they close it down for good. So you're not allowed to have that audio on in the background. So that's one thing. So I can't sit there and watch it with no audio, but I could wear earphones maybe, you know, because I guess you guys wouldn't want to listen, you know what I mean? So maybe that's all right. That's workable. That's one reason anyway. Another reason is if it's a stream, I sometimes will get the notifications coming up in the chat on here that there's been a goal or the penalty was missed or it's a penalty, whatever, before I've seen it. And that's just like, or vice versa, the other way around. And I think that spoils everyone's fun. So I was thinking maybe I could do it when I have access to a satellite viewing, you know, rather than a stream. And the other thing, the third thing is that it takes away my enjoyment of watching the football, you know, because I do like to kick back on my sofa these days, you know, being an old man and that, and just watch the game and take it all in. However, if it would be something that would interest you, because I always think that you guys are just watching the games anyway, but if you just sat watching a stream or something, and if you haven't got the audio from the game on my stream and you just hear me going mental, maybe you'd enjoy it, you know. So let me know about that. It won't be fancy. There'll be no fancy graphics and all that. Hey, what's up, guy? You know, and all that nonsense. It's just big dunk, you know, watching the football. And maybe that's something we can do on here. Let me know. And that's it. All right. So, I guess it's not a really like exciting video. But I think it's important. So be wary of these people that are giving you all the cryptic messages and stuff. And I would reply to them personally in a polite manner and say, if you've got anything to say, say. If you haven't, what's this about? How old are you? 10? You know? And just like keep it real with the FSG thing, you know, like are they really going to spend 100 million plus on a player without selling or without additional investment, you know, in the club? In the club, as Rafa was there, for sure. It was good seeing Rafa on Sky Sports at the weekend, wasn't it? That was absolutely amazing. I love listening to him talk tactics and all that. I think he's great. I love Rafa. I really like him. He's good. Sorry if I haven't replied to all your comments recently. I do try and always, you know, acknowledge them. I'm not rude. I just had a lot on recently and trying to get there. All right, guys. So. Yeah, do thumbs up the video. Hey, thumbs up, subscribe, and tick the notifications bell. Ting! I don't know how to do all them graphics and things like that. You know what I'm saying? Dear me. Man, there's a guy... do you know what? There's a couple of people on YouTube that are subscribed to, nothing to do with football. And they won't do anything like that. They hate it. They think it's absolute... I can't stand it. You know, when you start a video, hey, and subscribe. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, you don't have to tell people to subscribe or not, do you? Do you know what I mean? Someone might watch the video and go, watching this, you know, and I wouldn't blame them either. So, no, we won't be doing any of that nonsense around here. But there is a YouTuber, and he has millions of subscribers, and he doesn't monetize his videos. How cool is that? Do you know what I mean? He doesn't monetize them whatsoever, and he doesn't have any advertising deals or anything. So he must be well off in his life. Yeah, I wish I could be like that. You know what I mean? Didn't need membership subscriptions and stuff like that. February's an awful month, man. Honestly, I don't know. I haven't topped myself yet. But we're nearly at March, so hopefully things will pick up then. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Please do leave me a comment because a comment is your views, and I read every comment, and I love to see what you guys have got to say. I want to know what you think about this Bellamy thing. Are you like, hey, it's going to happen? Yeah. Hey, look, it might happen. You know, if the player wants to move, that's a massive help. And I actually do think that the player is up for the move. I do. I'm not one of these people that thinks missing out on the Champions League stops the deal happening. I don't believe that in footballing sense, because I think a player can say, right, well, you know, we're going to get Champions League anyway. But, you know, that's been a big, you know, discussion point, has it, in relation to it. So I'm not one of them. I think there's a lot of positives. You know what I'm saying? But I just think that I think it's naive and premature to say that there's something already done. And this is whether you support... I've got a message. Whether you support... Oh my God, they've all come up on the screen. Whether you support FSG or you don't, we have to keep it really and say, well, how they're going to finance this? You know, how they're going to do this? Because we know how they work, right? We know how they work. And the thing is, guys... Jude Bellingham's not going to solve everything. It's absolutely amazing if it happens. And I want to stay positive and say it's going to happen. But there's a lot more he's doing with that squad. You know what I'm saying? Right. Switching a bit.